People in the building.
You sleep in your diamonds, Vivica.
If I get too drunk the night before, and then
What we laughing about, ladies? What we laughing about?
Cocktails of Queens, staying from
Messy
Mondays. We have a lot to be grateful for.
I'm grateful for this pina colada, lady.
Okay.
Let's get it popping.
Let's get it, girl. Let's do it.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Claudia Jordan, and welcome to another episode of Cocktails with Queens. Like we like to call this Messy Mondays, but it's not all about the mess. It's also about queendom and all things popping on social media. We're definitely covering everything that's trending and everything that y'all talking about on social media. All right, let's get ready to introduce my fantastic co-host. I know y'all been waiting for this. Please welcome actress, producer, and director, Miss Vivica A. Fox. Hey, girl. Hey, strange. Hey, Queens.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
You look great. You look really pretty.
Oh, thank you. Maybe it's blue. Or no, I actually went to the spa today and got a massage and got all the kinks out of my shoulders. So,
I know that's right.
yeah.
I would kill for a massage, like literally. I miss them.
Well, you're in LA, right, darling? So, I can recommend a spa for you.
I will accept that. I will go.
Okay.
All right, please welcome businesswoman and actress, Miss Lisa Ray. Hey, girl.
Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm ready and I'm ready.
Yes. So cute.
Thank you.
Yes, the hair braids have been just on point lately.
Yes.
Hey, Angie. Thank you, girl.
Yes, girl, I met Angie this past
She told me
weekend.
on a project you were doing.
Yes. Angie can
She
braid,
likes
girl.
my hair too. And I was like,
Yeah, and I like it. I love that one. That's a good look. The little, with the braid that then comes around with the little side ponytail.
it's probably gonna not look like this tomorrow, but it's looking like that right now.
It's giving warrior princess vibes. Like it's very, very pretty. I could never do that, as you can see. And please welcome fitness guru and Grammy nominated singer, our girl Selena Johnson. Hey,
yeah.
Hi, ladies. Ready to get
girl.
going? Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody's cute or whatever.
Super cute and smooth and just.
Last but not least, our girl, Claudia Jordan.
Yes, Claudia.
Hey, Claudia. Come on, Het.
I would love to say that this was the look that I was going for, but I'm here in LA at a golf tournament and up under this hat.
Okay.
Put it back on.
Put it right back on.
Put it back on.
Yeah.
And that's all
There
right.
we go. Right.
All right.
Boom, boom.
There you go.
Right. There you go.
Giving
That's
me
right.
Nanny McPhee. It's cool. Just do your thing.
So listen, ladies, it's great to see y'all. What's everybody sipping on tonight?
Oh, well, my usual. I have my vino in my Baccarat glass.
Lovely.
It's a little ghetto, it's a little something. It's in the word, in the spirit of Claudia Jordan. Okay. I have it's like a bootleg apple martini type of teas. I have apple martini mix, and then it's like vodka, but it's like other little stuff in there to make it taste like something I like. So
with the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a little positivity.
Get it?
Tea.
On positivity.
Be positivity.
Okay.
I had all my drinks earlier on the golf course, so I'm watering that down now with some water. Because I don't want to mess this show up, especially tonight. We've got a special guest on the show later on in the show. We'll be joined by the former music director of the Tonight Show band and the new co-host of Jay Leno's You Bet Your Life. Kevin Eubanks will be joining us later on in the show. So make sure you stick around.
I love him.
Definitely. And he's got a lot to share with us. So I can't wait to get to that. All right. So stick around for that. But right now, let's get into some hot topics. Are you ready?
Yes, let's do it. Who's up first?
Oh, you know what? Before we get into, not the gossip, but the hot topics, I won't call this a hot topic. It's actually something that we definitely want to send our thoughts and prayers to. And that is the nation of Haiti as they recover from a magnitude 7.2 earthquake that happened over the weekend. It's being reported that over 700 people have perished in the earthquake, and they just keep having tragedy after tragedy.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it just seems like those earthquakes just roll in such devastating numbers. I mean, when they get them, it just like wipes out. And then, the president was assassinated, not too while back. Like you said, it's been tragedy after tragedy. So definitely prayers up to Haiti.
And not to mention, those hurricanes start.
Yeah, now they're saying that's coming too.
tsunamis for Turks and Caicos, for Bahamas and surrounding islands there. So yes, we have to, keep prayers up and keep our.
Can I ask a quick question? Do you guys think that the is it global warming that's going on? Why, like, the weather is just so different? People didn't want to believe in global warming, and now it seems like the shift and everything that's happening that's causing these tsunamis and huge earthquakes, that it's definitely because the past administration didn't want to pay attention to about global warming and
I think this is God's way. Like back in the Bible days, this is his way of saying he does not approve of all of the BS that we are doing down here.
Agree.
That he is not liking how we are treating each other, mistreating each other, this racism and just war and this distastefulness and killing is a disgrace. This is not what he intended for us to live like.
And I watch all those documentaries. I'm a big old science nerd, and it's been reported that this past year was the hottest year ever on Earth. So a difference in temperature in the oceans, 2-3 degrees, is devastating to the environment. You kill off fish, you kill off algae. And then, look at the videos and the documentaries about the polar caps.
Oh, I know.
They're like shrinking away. And it's so sad.
Al Gore talked about this when he was running Bush. He had a whole book about it. He's been trying to talk about this and bring awareness to this. But like you said, Vivica, the past administration, I believe the Obama administration tried to, do something about it, but
they did.
The past administration that we had did not. And so now it is getting worse. And I do believe what Lisa Ray said as well. I do believe, we are in the midst of a spiritual warfare as well.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's also Siberia.
But there's a lot of places
burning
that are burning as well too. I mean, Southern California had yet another one where it just wiped out a whole town. And then also was it Siberia, and then was it over in Greece? I mean, like, there's been a lot of wildfires and everything that have really, prayers up, y'all. We got to get our earth back together, because
everyone's gonna do
the only one we have. This is our planet. This is the only one we have. They trying to find out about the moon. I don't know how long that's gonna take for all of us to get there, if any of us even make it up there or want to. But for right now, this is what we have.
Well,
planet Earth.
Everyone do their part, recycle, do all you can. All right, we got to move on. Sha'Carri Richardson will race against the Jamaican Olympic team medalist in the 100-meter dash in the Prefontaine Classic. That's a huge track meet, y'all. Ooh. The announcement comes after Richardson's month-long suspension. It was enforced in June following a failed drug test for marijuana. Are you excited? Are you ladies excited to see Sha'Carri race again?
Girl, yes, honey. It's like our FloJo of 2020 is back, honey. Here comes, but I forgot to say, these track runners, these girls, they ain't playing with the hair and the nail game, okay? They done just all recaptured the FloJo. I mean,
eyelashes be like this here. Eyelashes,
lashes be running in the wind. Okay,
none of that getting in the way. They like you. I'm gonna wear all of this. This may be an extra 5 pounds, but I got this.
Okay, and I'm glad too, Claudia, because I don't know about y'all, but did y'all feel like the Olympics wasn't that exciting this year?
Well,
it was kind of like.
It got exciting. I mean, I would definitely watch the highlights on Claudia's Instagram feed, because Claudia was updating us on, the track events and things like that. So I definitely kept up with the Olympics via Claudia Jordan.
I love, I used to run track. I love track and field. I've been to the Olympics to go watch in 2004. Girls, ladies, we need to go to some track meets. The bodies.
I know.
Oh, honey, you ain't got to tell me.
You ain't sure what?
I would never have thighs like that.
I love this Prefontaine meet is really big, and I watch, of course, all the track and field, and the entire time, every time we were in the sprints, the 100 meter, the 2, I'm like, I wonder what Sha'Carri would have done in this race. I wonder what.
Of course,
they were really running. I mean, but the U.S. girls did show out. We had some great races, but we were lacking. We were missing Sha'Carri. We did nothing in the 100 meters.
Don't you like when you see them and they take off and then they just pass them by and you like, yeah, and that's when they get real excited, because they just like gliding through there. It's like powerful. Like, how long did you practice?
Wait a minute, y'all. I just got to add this real quick. There was this one girl I saw on Instagram that their team was in last place when she got the baton. to her, and she passed like 3-4 people. It was a sister, came back and won it. They were like, what a comeback. She was all thighs, booty was pow. I said, well, gave me some horsepower. Some horsepower came through.
That's that good Black girl.
That's that young too. That's that youth.
We had some stellar performances from the ladies team at the Olympics, and Gabby Thomas. We had a lot of Thing Mo. She was amazing. Allison Felix passing Carl Lewis as the most decorated star of all time. 11 gold medals. Was big. 11 medals. I'm sorry. She was amazing. 35 years old with the kid. So
the basketball I thought was very fun too, and I really liked how they did the I want to say I don't remember his name, but it was a mother-son that both won gold medals. It was the first time in history that a mother and her son both were on gold medal teams. Both on the basketball gold medal team. What was his name? He's like 7 feet. He used to play for the Lakers.
His name is on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. I don't think it was at the same time. They were saying that
not at the same time, but just in basketball, that was the first time a mother and a son had won gold medals
in the same
in the WNBA.
So shout out to all of our Olympians. We are so proud of you, Team USA. You guys did a great job and represented it. Way to go.
And Sha'Carri, no pressure, but you owe us the gold medal, so we're gonna see that.
Oh, she gonna turn up. She gonna turn up. She gonna beat everybody.
Well, I can't say that segue. I can't say this. It would be really tacky if I said speaking of beating, Dr. Dre back in the
know what?
Okay, I won't say that then. I didn't say that.
You see, but you just did.
I didn't mean to say it though. It just came out. Okay, let me take a pause so we let the moment go for a second. Hold on.
Let it rest.
Okay, everybody take a drink.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Dre's estranged daughter, LaTanya Young, has been saying that she's been financially struggling after Dre cut her off in January last year. Now, to help get on her feet, she has set up a GoFundMe, and her goal is to raise $50,000. LaTanya said, I think GoFundMe campaigns are for people in desperate situations, and I'm in a desperate situation. Some people are in awe of what I'm going through and asked if I had a GoFundMe. I really didn't want to accept any handouts, but I appreciate anything that is offered. What are your thoughts about what's going on between Dre and his daughter, knowing she's living out of her car and her kids can't even stay with her because she is out of money? What do you think?
I actually don't know what to think, because there's absolutely two sides to one story. And the flip side of that is that, people can count your money. People can say he's a billionaire, and we know this to be true. And why don't he just give? But it's like the white people do. They let them make their kids earn that money for them. I think Bill Gates said that he's leaving his kids $1 million out of all that he has, and they have to do something with that and get it together and make sure that they can manage that type of money. Now, here's the thing that we don't know. If he just cut her off last year, how much was he giving her? And what was she doing that now she has nothing, and that they're taking her kids away from her, and that you're living in your car now? I mean, what is that? Why is that? Why isn't he? You know what I mean? Or were you disrespectful? Did you tell him, I would never take no money from you? I don't care. What happened? You know what I mean? And so I can't really speak on either side real strong. I have to speak on both sides as a parent, and as a parent has been disrespected and has been hurt before by things that my child have said, and even things that I've said to her sometimes that has probably made her go in the closet and go, why did my mother even say that? But sometimes when you fighting, you don't fight fair, you digging, you know what I mean? So, I don't know what is really going on. I don't wish anybody any illness with their kids, and you can't take care of your kids. But if you don't have no money, no career, no job, you can't take care of your kids. So you're going to have to go out there and get a job so that you can show them that you are a responsible parent, like every other parent that is either on help getting aid, getting help from the government, or getting help from your other family members, or her mother. Where's her mom too? Where's the family members as well?
Why do we just single out the father? Right. Because it's Dr. Dre.
Because he's a billionaire.
But Claudia, that is absolutely not fair.
But
I think that's unfair, because, when you're a celebrity, like Lisa Ray said, everybody wants to try to count your coin and be all up in your pocketbook or up in your wallet, and they've done nothing to earn the money. At some point, you have to let an adult be an adult, especially once an adult starts their own family.
Mm-hmm. That was just my answer to why are we focusing on him, because no one knows about the other family members. They only know about him. So unfortunately, when you're a celebrity, it always gets on you, even if it has nothing to do with you.
Well,
Right?
let it start here.
I mean, and that's something I always tell other celebrities and stuff, to learn, I had to learn that it's like people, for some reason, when you start working, it's like, oh, we working. It's like, no, I'm the one.
I just want to know, what about the kids? I don't care what he do with her, but you could at least create some type, take the kids in, help the kids, because the grandbabies, it's not their fault. It's not their fault that their mother is not doing her thing. So
why isn't her mother doing something too?
And what makes you think they go to the father? He's estranged.
We can finish.
Where's the father of the children?
We got to take a quick break.
Where is he at? The father.
We got to take a quick break, and we'll come back and we can talk more about everything else when we come back on Cocktails with Queens. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan, joined by Lisa Ray, Vivica A. Fox, and Selena Johnson. Okay, so listen, we got to talk about this story. It's super sad. I don't know if y'all ladies saw the video, but we have a little clip of it. Former American Idol finalist Syesha Mercado is embroiled in a battle with authorities to regain custody of her toddler son after he was unexpectedly placed in foster care this year. Now, on top of that trauma that she had to go through, her newborn daughter, who's just days old, has just been taken away from her. Now, last Wednesday, she taped an Instagram live video showing Manatee County, Florida sheriff's deputies surrounding her car and insisting that she hand over and surrender her days old baby in a welfare check that happened on the side of a road. In the video, Mercado holds the infant in a fluffy pink blanket and begs deputies not to take her daughter after explaining the baby is being breastfed. Let's take a look.
You don't feel nothing?
Do you not feel anything?
Let's put the baby in the
you guys, I'm human. This is my baby. My baby is days old. And you're taking my baby away from me. You're taking my baby away from me. You have no heart.
Now, Mercado claims the firstborn baby was legally kidnapped from her by CPS, and she alleged that she refused to get a B12 shot at the hospital. So they said that she was being unfit. She said it wasn't a matter of life and death. And, like the doctors are saying, or the CPS people are saying that it was a matter of life and death. She's like, a B12 shot is not a matter of life and death. So he was placed in a white foster care family. So the story is sparking lots of outrage, with many people saying that has a lot, to do with race. Super heartbreaking story. I watched the video. She's wailing, crying. She's trying to reason with them. And the moment she had to surrender that child out of her hands after having her other child taken away, I just couldn't imagine.
It was outrageous. I watched the video all the way from the beginning to the end. And you know how sometimes you want to be like, it's these people, they're terrible. They hate us. White people hate us. But so you'll try to find always try to say, okay, something had to be happening. There had to be a missing piece in the story. There had to be some type of negligence. There has to be something. And I promise I watched it. The video was like 45 minutes, like almost, it was long. And I cried so hard when they took that woman's baby. They were so cooperative. But here's what I saw that just took me out. I saw the pain of African-American men having to watch their women cry and suffer and not be in a predicament where they can really protect their women and their children. I saw an African-American woman have to deal with white people that, like these women were she was screaming, can I just go with the baby? Can I just go? Why wouldn't you let her go with them? Yes. I feel like this is on some sad shit, because the lady from CPS that took her child, she's been accused of taking other Black women's children. Mm-hmm. And I think that they are probably involved in something where they are getting paid on the side. Yep. To get these young Black babies and put them with these white homes, and they're getting kickback, because it's very interesting how that first baby was put with
a white foster family.
A white foster family, when that process is very lengthy. Foster care is putting a child with a family is a lengthy process. So for them to just be able to place that baby with somebody else that quickly is very interesting, especially when they have custody of 3 other adolescent children that they felt were okay with them as parents. But unfortunately, the infants were not.
Let's add this to it. So when her other kids was taken, there's a law that says that when you get pregnant again, you have to let them know. So she hid the pregnancy. So she had to have known what she was going to be up against because she hid the pregnancy.
She didn't hide the pregnancy. She had the baby at home, and which rightfully so. I wouldn't want to have my goddamn baby in these hospitals where they don't treat Black women fairly. You've already taken my first baby. What happened was she was breastfeeding the first child and ended up getting pregnant. So that jeopardized the milk content. So the baby was suffering because he wouldn't eat and he didn't want to, he had to wean, got to wean the baby off of the breast. So he wouldn't take formula either. So I guess he got, he wasn't eating. They took him to the hospital, and then they said that he was malnourished. And then they ended up that was the last time she saw her child. So she had a home pregnancy with a midwife, which is legal. And then she took the baby to the hospital afterwards, and they tried to say that the baby was malnourished again. But then they have 3 other children now that they have custody of, that they're totally capable of taking care of those children. So I'm just trying to figure out.
These white families that want these Black babies to adopt, they want babies. They don't want 4, 5, 6 years. And let me tell you something, before they go and say this woman was unstable, didn't have it going on, she has gotten the key to the city twice.
Yes.
So this is not someone that's a loose cannon and just out of control. She refused to let her baby get injected with the B12 shot.
Yes.
And these days when everyone a lot of people have alternative ways of
yes,
going by the normal route, you got to be more open-minded.
And why they don't want her to go with them? See, I was so sad because they could do anything they want to her baby. And then they could say, oh, she put that in her baby. They could put drugs in her baby and say, she drugged her baby, and then sell her baby to another, not sell, but sell, because they're probably getting money
right,
under the table.
Because I just heard of a couple, I just want to say this, I just heard of a couple that got 10 years, the husband and wife, for not letting their kid get vaccinated. And I felt like that is absolutely crazy.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
This kid, both their mother and father for that. It's something going on.
Right. And you know what else? You sitting on the side of the road. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, we got to hear from Vivica as well. I see you had an emotional reaction to this. We definitely got to hear from you. How do you feel?
I feel heartbroken. I mean, I think that's the worst thing you can do is to take a newborn away from his mother. I mean, she's breastfeeding the child. The child, needs the nutrients. And I just think, as I watched it right before we came on, and it just broke my heart. I mean,
awful.
As she said, how heartless and inhumane are you that you would not let the mother go with it? Okay, you got to take the baby to make sure she's okay, or this and that. Well, the baby needs her milk. Well, what are you guys going to give her?
That makes us question whether it's really about the well-being of the baby.
Absolutely.
Because if it really was, wouldn't you want the food source?
I mean, just absolutely heartbreaking to watch. And like you said, Selena, to see the father in the thing, they got white guys surrounded, with their guns ready, that if he tries to defend the mother, that they're going to shoot him. It's just like the whole setup of, why did this happen on the side of a road?
On the side of the road.
It just...
And the lawyer was there.
So inhumane, and like they hunted them.
Yes.
And that's what it looked to me more than anything else. It was like they hunted them and took away their newborn child. And it's heartbreaking.
For white people that are in authoritative positions that work with CPS, the law, we're not asking for privilege. We're asking for the same compassion that you expect to be treated with when you have issues. While you can reason with authorities and they let you speak to management or speak to whoever, we just want the same thing. This woman, who wouldn't be emotional like this? And it's like we have to temper our natural emotions because we have an extra layer to be afraid of because of what's
threat.
Going on.
Yeah.
Yes. Is there some type of warning? Like, did they say we're coming to get the kid?
Exactly. Like they said, Lisa Ray was like they hunted them down,
They said that they reached out they called the home to see, the baby. They knew the baby was born. They called to check on her to see about the baby. And the husband, because in terms of Syesha and, everything that's going on with the first baby, Aminra, I think his name is Aminra. In terms of Syesha, it's a lawyer situation. So he told them, speak to our attorney. So they never responded back. They never did any research. They never talked to the attorney. And then they just, I suppose, put out a warrant for their arrest, pull them over on the side of the road. And then at the end, going to try to say, yeah, I'm so sorry that it was on the side of the road. And the husband was like, but I asked you to escort us off into a town and you wouldn't do it. Right. So why would you say that now that I've given my baby up and now you see that my wife is broken down to the floor? My lawyer's across the street, afraid to come across the street because you're threatening the energy in the air, like you would shoot him and shoot me.
Exactly.
But use that same energy though when we have these traffic stops, or go into the Black community in Chicago and use that same goddamn energy. You want to pull people over on the side of the road and take Black families' babies? Why don't you stop gun violence? Let's use that same energy with gun violence. You ain't adamant about taking guns out of Black kids' hands, but you taking babies out of Black mama's hands.
Exactly.
So why don't we use that same energy?
Meanwhile, when a white person commits certain crimes, they kind of give them the time. Like, would you mind coming into the?
They go take the Burger King and have some food. They
go. Hello, somebody.
You know what? Let's move on. I'm tired of these people. Like, these are some demons. Do your job, but do it with compassion. You could have made an allowance for the mom to come in. She's breastfeeding the child. The baby is days old. All right, let's get into the story to lighten the mood a little bit. I know that was a difficult one. So ladies, thank you for your insight on that. Now, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Marlo Hampton has recently undergone a surgery to enhance her look, and she isn't hiding it. Marlo shared on her Instagram Live yesterday that she recently got a hair transplant for her edges, which caused significant swelling and bruising. She said her eyes swell because of the fluids. She also stated that it cost thousands of dollars, and she felt it was worth it. What are your thoughts on Marlo being so transparent about her hair procedure? I've never seen that before.
And there it is. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people talk about what they have, and because we have not seen that, we are talking about it and her. You know what I mean? I had no idea that would do all that. Not that I need any transplant because I got my edges. But if ever someone needs that, now I know who I can point them to, her Instagram, so they can share the doctor's information.
Know that that's one of the side effects when you go in and basically letting, you know what I mean, someone basically, needle in this, that, and the third. I mean, but it's like, when I saw that, no, I'm seriously, Sheree, I was like, what did she go through?
Because she bruised right here too.
It looked like it.
But I guess that was just, her reaction to this procedure that, this hair transplant procedure that she got for her edges. And, now let me just point out something here. All of y'all that are shaving off y'all edges and this, that, and the third, to wear y'all lace front, to glue it down, this, and the third, this can be your future.
Not their future.
No, because, after a while, stuff is not going to come back, or like, you're going to be like, yo, okay, okay, now I want to wear my hair. This, wow.
Ladies, protect your edges when you have them.
Protect your edges at all costs, okay?
And stop being hard on women when you see that maybe they don't have, their edges are suffering, because a lot of this stuff, a lot of these enhancements and different things that Black women and women in general are running out here trying to get to fix themselves is because of being ridiculed and bullied all the time on social media about small imperfections that a lot of us all have. Everybody has imperfections, like, get out of here. And so now you have people trying to fix every single thing to be perfect for y'all.
So do you think do you think that our world or for women right now that we're suffering from dysmorphia? Do you know what I mean?
Even when you go all the way to the left and you plump or you thick, they talk about Lizzo. They call her mammy. You know what I mean? And so now Kendrick Lamar is saying, show me something, something real. Show me some stretch marks. It's like, here goes some.
Okay.
Well, we got to take a quick break, and later on the show, we're going to show y'all something real, and that is our guest, Kevin Eubanks.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan, with Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, and Vivica A. Fox. But now we're joined by a talented guitarist and composer who was well known by many as the former music director for the Tonight Show band. Now, his laid-back style, comedic personality, and musicianship. I've never said that.
That's cool.
That's skills turned him into a household name for late night TV viewers and all around the world. He's actually been doing his thing. But before we bring him out, let's take a look at his new show, You Bet Your Life with Jay Leno. We have a clip.
Time friend, jazz great Kevin Eubanks, and we are back together again on the comedy game show You Bet Your Life. The show kicks off this September.
This September?
Yeah.
The 9th month?
Yeah.
But in Latin, the word is really septem, and it's the 7th month in the Roman calendar. Right. Hey, Jay, my man, homie, where you going, man? What's up?
Soulmates, please welcome Kevin Eubanks. Hey,
Kevin.
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
Thanks for having me. And I really enjoyed the conversation you all were having early. So, I'm down with all that. It went right to the root of a lot of things. Appreciate that.
We love it. We love it. Well, let's just jump right into it now. You were born into a musical family in Philly. How did your mother and your late uncle, jazz legend Ray Bryan, impact your musical journey?
Completely. All of it's due to my grandmother, my mom, all her brothers on her side, Ray and Tommy, people who are playing with all great jazz musicians from Train, Lee Morgan, a lot of people. So when we grew up, me and my brothers, we grew up playing funk, Kool and the Gang, Earth, Wind and Fire, blah, blah, James Brown, all of that stuff. And then we started getting deeper in our instrument. We started getting into jazz because we wanted to know more about theory and harmony and things like that. So, and back then, you couldn't really go to a school unless it was classical because you couldn't get degrees in jazz music. This is late 70s. There was only a couple institutions in the country where you could get degrees like that. Turns out getting a degree is cool and everything, but the real education, not just the only part of the education, but a very big part of learning your craft is going out on the road, rehearsing, writing with great musicians. And in jazz, one of the things that really is beautiful is that you get to be 20 years old, you get to be 18 years old, playing with somebody that's 50 or 60 or 70 years old. So you get to learn a whole lot of things about life from talking to them when you're touring, when you're getting in situations. So it changed a lot of things. So it's all about from my mom and her brothers, and also my dad, because he was more like the disciplinarian. Right. Dad, he said, if you're going to practice, be real with it.
Okay.
It's not a joke. It's serious.
Kevin, for the people that want to follow in your footsteps or could just dream to be anywhere near, your level of success, I want you to talk about any obstacles you may have faced while maneuvering through, Philly as a young Black musician.
That's really interesting because Philly, the schools that I went to in Philly and a lot of things were a little bit, they're a little strong. So, but what happens, which I didn't really think about it till later, because we had so much fun playing music with different musicians from different, West Philly, North Philly, Germantown. So once you get into really playing with everybody, just to get around, because I was really young, 14 years old, 13 years old.
Wow.
But my mom and dad, they had a big conversation about me playing at 13 years old, playing in bars and playing things like that. So, but they let us do it. But traveling around Philly, I would hitchhike to different rehearsals because I was too young to drive. But if you had an instrument in the neighborhoods, people gave you a pass on everything. They would say, he's a musician, blah, blah, where you playing? You playing for our proms, our weddings, or this and that and the other. So it was a different vibe. Being part of something artistic like that meant something in the neighborhood. And in the school systems, they used to have a lot of music happening. They had orchestras, they had small groups, they had all of that. Mm-hmm. And that touched the neighborhood as well as touching the actual students that were doing things at the school, playing, talent shows, things like that. But walking around the neighborhood, when somebody was carrying an instrument, when you're playing in the all city orchestra, when you're playing in things like that, it made a difference in the neighborhood. For some reason, they dug that. People liked that. They felt like their neighborhood had some culture to it that was alive and it was nice. But I didn't really think about it because I was so wrapped up into the music itself. I didn't even know how down that was, that people gave you a pass, and Philly wasn't no joke.
Okay, still ain't. Kevin, you spent 18 years as the music director for The Tonight Show, you know, working with Jalen. I mean, you were his sidekick. You know, what's it like for you now that from going from the sidekick, which kind of like a little bit behind the scenes, to now being in front of the scenes?
Well, one of the it's a lot to it, and I'm learning as I'm going. Yes. But the deep thing that I'm dealing with, well, kind of got over the hump of it, is that I'm not playing guitar. I'm not playing, you know, I'm writing music for the show, but I'm not playing guitar on the show. I'm really finding how to be a good co-host. And that took me a minute because I don't go anywhere without a guitar since I was a kid. I started violin at 7, changed the guitar at 12, been playing and touring around the world ever since then. So now I'm in a situation where Jay said, well, want you to be the co-host. And it took me a while to actually let it go. I called some of my friends back in Philly and said, man, I'm getting ready to do this gig without my guitar. And I was kind of holding on to it. And one of my high school friends said, no, man, you ain't looking at it right. This is a different opportunity. You're going to play. You're not going to stop playing. But put the guitar down and learn how to be a co-host. This is what Jerry, we grew up since we're 13 years old. So
I was gonna say, I can absolutely tell that you are into your guitar because you got that funk face. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Old school, old soul. But I was gonna say, speaking of the Tonight Show, you know, I know, you know, we do a lot of gossip and stuff here, and I know you have a lot of stories, you know, because you've worked with Jay for a long time. But one time you had to convince one of the legendary singers, the boss, Diana Ross, come out of her dressing room. So tell me what happened. What do you mean?
We were, where were we at? I forget what town it was in. Might have been, I think it was Phoenix. And the Super Bowl was going to happen. And Diana Ross was going to be the halftime at the Super Bowl. And meanwhile, she was going to be on the show. You know, we moved the show from LA to Phoenix for that week. And I was excited because Diana Ross was going to be on the show.
Right.
So, so it's time to go over Diana Ross thing. So I was just sitting in the auditorium, and I wanted to watch how they rehearsed, how they did everything. And everybody was getting frantic because Diana Ross was not coming out of her dressing room.
Whoops.
And nobody knew what they're going to do. And they just I could see something was wrong, but I just stayed in my seat. I said, I'm going to stay out of this. I'm just going to chill and see how this, how it works out. So finally somebody came to me and said, Kevin, can you talk to Miss Ross? And I said, about what? I said, I don't know her. I never worked with her. I don't know her music director. I don't know, I'm trying to see how it evolves.
That just makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, what is going on? So they said, we're running way behind and she won't come out of her dressing room. Could you go in and speak with her? So I said yes, because I never met Diana Ross before.
Oh,
so
wow.
I just wanted to go in and say something.
Hey, girl.
I'm a fan. I grew up listening to the Supremes, listening to Marvin, all of that. And I could tell my mom and dad, I met Diana Ross. So I knocked on the door and they said, well, who's that? I said, this is Kevin. I'm the MD for the show. I just wanted to say hi to Ms. Ross. So that before they let me go, I said, look, they asked me to come in. Really, they asked me to come in and see, would you come out and do, your rehearsal or whatever you're doing? But that has nothing really to do with me, because that's between.
Throw under the bus.
I don't know her like that. Right. So
did you get her out? You are drawing this out. What is the story? Did you get her out or not?
Is, can I have an autograph? And I can't wait to tell my parents that I met you. And she just gave me a big hug and says, here, I'll write it out for you. And then I left. But then 5 minutes later, she came out. And
what was your energy that brought her out then, huh?
Broke the ice.
It was
mission accomplished.
And your realism. And speaking of realism, it has gotten you a show on a different platform other than music, which I totally understand, because I have to go from music to being a co-host every Monday. A show called You Bet Your Life with Jay Leno, which is a big dog in talk, period. Right. Now you are a co-host. what can you tell us about the show? Talk to us about the show. What can we expect? And what can we expect from you on the show?
Mm-hmm.
The show is a lot. It's a lot of comedy, and but one thing that's real important about the show is the contestants that come on. The contestants that come on, when they're just real about themselves, when they're having fun, and they just kind of letting their natural instincts flow, it changes. It makes everything really cool. It makes them talking to each other. These are two people that never met each other, and they make some money. We have fun. We talk about what they did, what they do for a living, and they just get into it themselves. So I like it the most when the contestants become a major part of the show, because they're just being who they are. They're just being real. They're flying from here, they're flying from there, and the show takes care of flying them wherever they're coming from. So we've had, all kinds of people that didn't know each other, and they work together to solve these questions where they can, make some money, have some fun. But the things that they get into is just really simple. It's nothing hard about it. The questions aren't hard. So it's kind of like a get together with this in the background. You make some money, you answer some questions and things like that. And Jay and I, we just kind of watch it happening, and it's still kind of turning into what it is. But my favorite part is when the contestants come out, and they're coming from all over the country, and people that are visiting into the States. We had a brother from Nigeria that was in, somebody from Haiti was in. They just happened to be here, and they came in. One was a musician and said, "No, I came to the show. I wanted to sit in the audience because I have some of your records, and I wanted to talk to you about it." And that was about a couple of weeks ago. And now all the things that you all were talking about earlier about Haiti, that was beautiful that you mentioned that and give some spirit to all of that. And so a lot of things can happen, but it's just, I don't know, it's just people talking with each other with a large implement of comedy and having fun.
Kevin, speaking of your contestants, we have a special message. I'm sorry to cut you up, but we definitely want to let people know about this. We have a special message for people who are interested in being a contestant on your show. Let's take a look.
Oh.
I'm Jay Leno. I'm hosting the classic game show You Bet Your Life. Want to be a contestant? Go to youbetyourlife.com and sign up. So have some fun and win some dough.
It looks,
love Jay Leno.
It looks really exciting. And just to reiterate, You Bet Your Life is looking to flying contestants from all over the country. So if you're looking to win $5,000 in cash money, make sure you submit. For information, go to youbetyourlife.com. That's youbetyourlife.com. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well, Kevin, I think you need to let them know that the Queens got to come on there.
We can compete.
Come on through.
Well, come on through. You got it. You heard it, y'all.
Okay. Come on through. And thanks for saying all of that, Claudia, because I was supposed to say that stuff, but I forgot all about it.
Listen,
what we were
we
talking
got
about.
you.
We got
Thanks
you.
for hooking
We
that
got
up.
you.
That's cool.
Well, as a talk show host that's been doing this for a while, I got it together. I got you. No, I'm just kidding. So thank you so much. Once again, be sure to follow Kevin on social media. And again, check out his new show, You Can Bet Your Life, with Jay Leno, premiering on September 13th. And make sure you log on to the website, get all that information, go ahead and get that money. Thank you once again, Kevin Eubanks. Best of luck with your new show. And we'll be looking for an invitation to do a little cross promotion. We'll be there to support you. Thank
you all for what you're doing and what you're talking about. And you all look really beautiful and all of that in all the best ways. And it's feeling good too. Not just looking good, it's feeling good too. So keep doing what you're doing.
No doubt.
And keep kicking the golf and all that and doing your thing.
Once again,
play that guitar. Get that guitar back in that hand.
I know. You're right. You're right about that.
Once again, when You Bet Your Life is part of the Fox family, so make sure you check your local listings for your local Fox affiliate, your local listings. That's September 13th. That is the premiere, and you don't want to miss it. So set your DVRs and don't miss this brother doing his thing. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break.
That, y'all.
Our pleasure. We'll be right back right after this with more Cocktails with Queens.
All right.
Thanks, Kevin. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. Once again, shout out to Kevin Eubanks, support the show You Bet Your Life right here, part of the Fox family. All the Fox affiliates, check out your local listings and support this brother. That's a huge gig to get.
Yeah,
that's mainstream.
With Jay Leno.
That's a check.
Man, them checks be so. Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Let me borrow $5.
So, and he was in his trailer. So you saw y'all peeped that kitchen in the trailer. So that means that's a nice trailer. He getting some money.
Yeah, he got a whole crib in his trailer.
Yeah, for real.
Speaking of cribs, thank you for my segue. Speaking of cribs, I want to get your thoughts on this story. Now, Neighborhood Talk posted a video of a pregnant woman who posed an interesting question. Is it okay to date while you are pregnant? Now, before we get into the conversation, she said she's no longer with the baby daddy or the child's father, the soon-to-be child, the baby's still inside, and she's contemplating whether or not to date while she's pregnant. What are your thoughts?
I mean, you know, if you smash before the first 3 months, nobody know you pregnant. So, I mean, your stomach's still flat, you know?
Well, you know, some girls don't show until, you know, it's a little bit later anyway. But I say, I mean, absolutely not. I mean, you've got so much to worry about. And for you to be, if one relationship didn't work out, then now here you're going to try to date somebody else and you're going to date somebody else. And you're going to be like, oh, by the way, it's a built-in family over here, brother. It's me and this will come.
But does he not know? Was she supposed to not tell him or date and you tell them? Which one is it?
You gotta tell. First of all, if your baby daddy breaking up with you before your baby, if you all breaking up before the kid gets here, y'all probably have some problems. Maybe fix whatever happened. Maybe take your time.
You can't get none while you pregnant, Claudia. I really can't get none because I'm pregnant. No,
you want another guy
from another guy?
That's when these sperm cells in the same cavity.
Okay, I'm like, come on.
That shit disappear after about 48 hours, and you do
girl, no,
push and make the water go around in the shower.
Get your tail down somewhere and be pregnant and have your baby and work
this
on.
way she can't get pregnant again.
She got to.
You know what, Lisa Ray? We about to
pregnant though. You be horny when you're pregnant, so I feel like
be so horny.
You be extra wanting to get it in, but girl,
she had it in. She know what it is to be in. So
then got it in. But I'm saying, if you get with somebody, let's say you start dating somebody and you really like him, and then when the baby come, let's say you want to get back now with the baby daddy. That's unfair to the person that you dating, girl.
I say, live your life. If ain't no secrets and you saying to him, yo, look, I'm pregnant. And if you think you want to be in my life and help me raise this baby, cool. And then you get to that point and you like, you know what? I got second thoughts. I want to go back and forth and forth.
No, I say absolutely not.
Me too. Let that thing rest and relax.
Sit it down.
Your baby in there cooking, and you got another man's penis is all by your kid's face while it's developing in the womb.
It may not be by the face, it may be by the thigh, it may be under the armpit.
Well, that makes it all the way better.
It does. I'm glad you see it my way.
Lisa Ray, you off the chain. You know what? We're gonna take a break and we're gonna pray for Lisa Ray and for this pregnant lady.
I need them. Those prayers.
We're gonna be right back. Lisa Ray. Girl.
Wow.
Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan, joined by Vivica A. Fox, Alina Johnson, and Lisa Ray, who says if you pregnant, you can still live your best life and go get that D.
Stop it.
I ain't gonna living your best life.
Speaking of having sex while you're pregnant, let's play a game of cuff, smash, or pass. That really wasn't
okay.
But whatever. Listen, at this point, it just is what it is. Okay. I'm gonna say some names. I will name 3 rappers. You'll tell me which one you would cuff, be like kind of wife up, smash, hit that, or pass. I'm good. Y'all ready to play the game?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay. First group, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, and Lil Uzi Vert. Cuff, smash, or pass. My old ass don't really know who any of them are. So who gonna go?
I'm gonna cuff Lil Baby because he got 1 billion streams. So right.
Smash Lil Durk. Okay.
Which one is that?
The cutie pie. That's the one in the middle.
You think he's cute?
He said it.
He got a little cutie pie. If you take off those braids, you'll see.
Well, he looks like a single mom about to get his braids done.
You know what? I'm not doing this with you tonight, Claudia Jordan.
He do. Look, go back to the picture. Go back to the picture. He's giving your daddy on his way. He's supposed to be on his way.
I'm with the other one over there with the big teeth. He looked like Chris Rock by the mouth.
No, that's little baby. No, girl, no, little
well,
baby.
Little baby look like he got chiclets.
Little baby got
little baby got to go on, girl.
Okay, move on. Okay,
the last one is the one that had the diamond in his forehead. I know that.
The Uzi, yeah. JT got him. City Girls got him on lockdown, so we gonna pass on him because we ain't trying to get into it with her.
Okay, next up, J. Cole, Drake, or Future. Cuff, smash, or pass.
Pass on Future.
Pass
on
Cuffing J. Cole and smashing Drake.
I concur, Selena.
Yep.
That was a good one. You got somebody else for us?
Who else you got?
We got like 30 seconds, real quick. Travis Scott, A$AP Rocky, and Chance.
A$AP Rocky, baby. A$AP Rocky.
Oh my gosh, I love that Chance the Rapper.
It's
Chance
so
the Rapper, but A$AP Rocky is fine. We gonna give him that.
I've been saying
you know Rihanna got that on lockdown. No,
I know, and I'm glad she do. And I like them together. And I'm telling you, he is good to look at. The chocolate is great. His youth and
Chance the Rapper, that's that one.
I'm cuffing Chance. I'm cuffing Chance.
Yeah.
All right, we have 25 seconds. So, all right. So we agreed on a lot of them.
Yes.
We didn't even really say who on this last one. We just said
I said A$AP Rocky all day long.
What about the other two?
Ain't nobody else.
Chance the Rapper.
I don't even see nobody else.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Hey, on that note, we gotta go. The next show is trying to start up, and I'm gonna thank my friends.
Okay, girl.
My friends out there. They off the chain tonight. I gotta thank Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, Vivica A. Fox for being here tonight. And thanks again to Kevin Eubanks for joining us. And also thanks for watching us on YouTube, and spread the word about Cocktails with Queens. Up next, stick around. The Book of Sean is starting now.